I'm going deep into the space of nothingness and nowhere and all here. Because I noticed looking back, I was even expecting things to happen, and that's not the case, right? We don't know what's coming ever. We can't expect, we can't dictate, we have to co-create. So just surrender to the observer. Ask spirit to always guide the way, because what you're doing is working from your heart space, listening intently to the messages and the meanings that they bring. Sweet. Okay. Excuse me again. Ashtar is coming in with a channeled message. Greetings. I am Ashtar. I am coming with a message from the entire Galactic Council. Things will seem very rearranged, very strange. Until you reach the vibration of necessity, you will not understand what is happening to you at all, including the one I am using at this time. These are sudden changes that require you to completely be in your heart and surrendering at every moment. You cannot understand or fathom or even think you know what to do or what is coming at this time. You must be in your heart space. Repeat. You must be in your heart space and from there balanced, aligned. Work from the heart space every second, every moment, every breath of your being. You cannot step out of this space at this time. And because of this and the pull on the one, I am helping her to realign right now. But it is up to you all to do this. You must do this now. Consider the vibration of frequency of the one. You must match this to align to the new earth. There are big changes coming on both sides you don't see. They will be shocking. Do not focus on them. Focus inward on you only. Do not worry about loved ones. That is not for you to do. Worry inward from you, and your loved ones can follow you through that way. If worry is present, you will block love. If fear is present, you are blocking love. If you are thinking, you are blocking your heart space. There should be minimal thoughts and more feelings. There should be minimal visuals of the matrix world at this time. You must block yourself from this because it does not line with love flow. The two worlds are separating, and separation they must stay. You cannot, I repeat it again, you cannot bring the matrix in with you into this space. You cannot focus on the history written in the books of the matrix. You cannot focus on what you think you should be doing. You need to focus inward and allow your higher self to guide you in every way at this time, or you won't be able to fully align. There's only a few days left of alignment possible for you all. Use them wisely. Time is being undone on the other side, on the matrix, is what you call it, on the matrix side. Do not fear. You are not in control. You are not in control of your loved ones. Everybody had their own heart review. You are not in control of the one in front of you. You are only in control of you. You must constantly align with your heart space, and including the one I am using at this time. There is energy of negative pull, and that is what is happening. Bring in the love and the balance. Where there is resistance, it is based in lack. And every time you feel it, cut it and burn it complete. Call in assistance for removal because you never know. It's not about thinking, it's about feeling. These changes have been in order from God and through the Galactic Council since before you were born into this lifetime. You are not in control. You will not be in control. You can only control your focus. Make sure your focus is into your heart space, not that of the mind. If you cannot lose time in meditation, you are not meditating enough. You must align now. Thank you. Oh, I don't know what he did, but as soon as I felt him left, like a spirit leaving my soul, and then I felt my heart like opened, which was nice. I needed that. Oh, I'm trying to process all of what was said, but I can't at this time. So I'm just going to get going, and I'm sure it'll implement all the way for me as well. Okay, off to day 5. New Earth creation. We are going to burn some energy. So Saint Germain is coming in with the violet flame, and he's working from the top chakra part. I do hear the call to be more heart-centered and in balance, and for me to also to release the resistance. All resistance is based in lack. I'm hearing that reverberate. Resistance is not a thought, it's an energy. It can also be a thought, but it's an energy pull against that alignment. It's a pull against the balance. It is about joy, but there's also work involved, right? Like I work really hard. I'm constantly working. And it is still joyful, so it doesn't always feel like working. Just keep that in mind. Stonehenge again, I'm hearing Stonehenge again. I don't know why. Not sure why or what that has to do with anything. I see all the work of the last 2 days that we have done. Saint Germain is still using the violet flame. The earth is bringing up roots from her to make sure we are grounded deeply again. Our cords are still connected, but I feel like we need to be pulled down into the earth. We truly need to be grounding. You have to release resistance. We don't have time for the same stuff, right? Saying we can't, we don't know how. You do. It's all in your heart space. Release it and surrender now. We have to match that vibration. I say we because it's me too. I can't just say to do it. I have to do it too. Co-creation. If you're co-creating, you're going to get information from spirit that you don't expect. You can't it's you have to process it, right? Like so you just have to follow those nudges. You're not in control. I think I'm processing all the message because that's what it feels like. Okay. Surrendering resistance. I feel like I hear that in my heart. Surrendering expectations in the solar plexus. So I see the violet flame now going into the crown. I could feel it burning away in the crown and I could feel it coming down. Oh yeah, I feel that big time. I have to breathe. The release is big. So this is not just theoretical. It's not hypothetical. Our bodies have to transition. So every time, every day, as we're doing this, we're going into a space of needing to release because we have to release what doesn't align. Okay, so think of it as a transition. Every day that we do something, you have to deeply dig within you. I'm not doing it all for you. You have to continue that releasing flow because it's deep, it's layered, and it's through you. I'm doing mostly to the earth. Okay, you have to understand that. So you need to communicate with your higher self and continue the releasing flow. I can't tell you what it is. You'll find out through co-creation only. This is also a test. So if you're not co-creating, you won't know. Because they're trying to make sure you know what to do and that you're aligned with New Earth, okay? That's what I'm hearing. And this has helped clearing my heart too. Oh, wow. Sometimes I feel like it's all me, but it's not. There's pull against me. Or the light, right? Just the light. We don't need to know. Everything is felt within. I feel like some people might say, well, I don't know what to do. It's all felt within your heart space and your higher self guiding you. That's why it's super important to surrender the knowing and surrender to the heart space and co-creation. Be the observer, not the spectator. Because you're not gonna know. There's no way you could. This is beyond you, far beyond you. And that's okay. You're not supposed to be that master yet. You're mastering it within you. There's a difference. So I feel like Saint Germain is still using the violet flame going into our third eye, but I also see Archangel Raphael coming up now. And he's bringing this beautiful emerald green light and he's putting it into our heart space. He is using the emerald green light to cleanse our heart space. And the violet flame Saint Germain is using is just like going up and down now. It's like skipping the chakra line. He is literally just going down and then back up and down and then back up through our entire energy vessel, our entire spiritual self and physical vessel, even into the muscles and the tissue and the skin, the cellular structure, and the blood flow. He's removing toxins from the body with the violet flame, and I can feel it. It's like intense. It's hard to breathe. I see the pyramid portal forming in front of us. We're sitting around it like a campfire. So I want you to imagine sitting on the ground for a moment. I thought we were going to get a bench. We may in a bit, but what I see is we need the ground. We need to imagine sitting on Earth's dirt right in front of this fire, this pyramidal portal. I know it's hard. I'm hearing that. I know it's hard. This is not easy. It's not normal. You are removed from the matrix. Gandaya balayang gandawantawaya. Kumbalapadaya. Kumbay balanday. We're getting the ankh put on our forehead and on our chest. Kumbalapadaya. By Tatanka. There goes more violet flame too. He's still running that through our system. And I'm helping raise our vibration. Kyambam palanda. Deep in the heart with the green rays. With Raphael. Kambayantalantayo. Gompolompantompaya. Yalantawantario. See, Athena is a warrior goddess. She is actually in my birth chart. She's very powerful and has always been helping through this journey of mine. She's warrior. She's activating the warrior stance. Gambalan Darawaya in the earth. Not in us individually necessarily, but we need it in the earth. Gambalan Darawataraye Kuntua. Yampu and Kandayanto Lokonto Daya. Yamparalantarantaravantararakararatareo. Gomparawantalarantaraetaraekirarampararawa. Kyon, kyon, why? They're calling her like my sister. We're just bloodline similar. So these are God things. These are not things you guys can understand or control. This is of the gods. This is work of God. It is beyond your understanding. You have to surrender deeper than you ever have before. You're not a dictator. You're an observer. Your job is to co-create and stay centered in your heart and clear anything in your body that blocks you. And always ask spirit. You have to allow them to guide you. Getting lots of images, but nothing solid. Like I saw the Matrix, I saw some things happening. I saw the Nile filling with more blood. Big movements, big movements, big movements. Big changes, big changes. People don't move until they see, especially in a great reset. I just saw the earth open up and the bridge collapse. Shaking, shaking, rearranging, moving, destruction applied. The fifth day. Fifth day, justice applied. Now on the new earth side. I'm bringing in the light of the rainbow. The light of the rainbow from the new earth. So vibrant and true and multicolored, not your normal color palette. Coming down through our higher chakras into our crown, our third eye, our throat, and our heart. It is as if it's rays. It's burning away things that don't align. Kind of like Raguel with the bubbles of light. Doing it a little different and all at one time. Going down from the heart into the solar plexus. Rainbow rays are working their way down further from the solar plexus to this navel and the sacral and down to the root. So there is energy of control. I feel it pulling against me. Somebody's like constantly thinking they know. You're not meditating enough. Got to get out of your head. So let's just take a moment to be quiet. Find your heart space in your chest. And where there is resistance, release it. Regret. I hear regret. Breathe into that. Cutting the cord. And burning. Cleansing. I felt that like snap into my solar plexus. Fear. Breathe into the fear in the solar plexus. It's in my gut more than anything. Bringing up the cord of fear and cutting it. Our understanding, our consciousness is going down a level deeper. We are sinking in deeper into a deeper conscious realm. We need to be more quiet and more still and more subconscious at this time. And if you can't get there, you need to align. True meditation means no distractions can take you out. It doesn't matter what happens around you. It does not matter. It's up to you to get there, regardless. So take your focus from your heart deep into the core and into your solar plexus. We are violet flaming a layer of the matrix in the ethereal. So this is like auric related, um, conscious level related, and subconscious level related. Now a bench is going to come up out of the ground from where we were sitting around the portal. Slowly rising. It is slowly rising, so it did not fully rise or it hasn't come out yet. As it's rising, you're already sitting on it, so it's slowly lifting you up off the ground until your feet are on the earth. And this crystal will begin cleansing your energy. We are tuning in to the crystalline grid of the earth, the new earth, and the pyramid portals. I feel like I'm working in the inner earth at this time a lot. Like in the magma layer of the new earth, we are separating completely the new earth from the old there. I feel like in the old earth, magma is very heated. It is here for destruction, for repair. But in our earth, in our side, in our vibrational frequency earth, it is calm. It needs to be calm. So I'm detaching particles. I'm bringing in magma of pure form into the earth's core. And then within the core, I almost see it as like three separate earth cores, 7D applied. We are changing the inner core frequency to more of a 7D code. The flower of life is coding in. So this is quantum physics related. The flower of life is coding into the core of the new earth and detaching completely from the matrix. Yondola Intereya Kontarawao. Feel like sound is being created on day 5. I'm hearing things. I'm hearing the birds more. So the vibrational frequency of 7D sound waves are being applied, not necessarily birthed, but applied honed into from the trees is being born. Breathe. Take nice deep breaths when you feel you need to. And release into the core of the earth. And that crystal bench beneath you is helping you to deeply, deeply meditate and go within. Helping you to reverberate the frequency required. Recalibration. Helping you to acclimate and recalibrate to these frequencies. This is quantum level integration. So I feel like in the Matrix, the government had contracts with alien species. These were not contracts of light. These are nothing I had to undo. It doesn't matter to me, but I feel like some retaliation is being applied. Like those contracts are due or no longer valid on the Matrix side because the light has been removed from all of the Matrix. So they cannot use that light anymore. There's no more power available. So on the new Earth side, the matrix, not the matrix, excuse me, the crystalline grid and the flower of life coding. So the new Earth was born, but now I'm feeling it into like the core to the atmosphere. So our atmospheric grid, the Earth is expanded. It's much bigger here, much bigger here, much vibrant, much more vibrant. The spin frequency is different. The axis alignment is different. And so is our grid. Excuse me. How do I describe this? You know how they talk about like the ozone layer and things like that, where ours is becoming brand new. I'm coding it, I'm aligning it. It's 70 frequency applied. So it's very intricate, but very expansive. So we're getting back like downloads into the earth of all the information from the past into the new. So all of what should be, all of God's information is going into the grids, the blueprint, flower of life into the new earth. It can't be the same as it once was because we are now 7D. So think of it like coding information of the new earth frequency going into the ethereal wall, our layers of the ozone, whatever you want to call it. My throat's going wonky. Let me slow down. I have to take this deeper and deeper and deeper into meditation. I see the rainbow rays going into the root as well, but I'm going deeper into meditation. It's required at this time or you won't. Uh, Understand and be receptive. I'm just totally going out with my throat. Hang on, let me tune into that. So I'm given a key. There's a key from my heart space. I remember, so what I'm seeing is when I cleared Lake Titicaca, they gave me a key. And I thought that that was already used when I understood that I was reborn and how I died. So what I'm seeing is I'm going into the earth. I'm going down into the earth, and there's like a hidden doorway that I've created. It's like this, it's created into the earth. This is something in the inner earth. Uh, and this key that I have is almost like an ankh on one end and the key on the other. And it has to be like my blueprint energy opening it. So this is not something anybody can access, but it like carries power, hidden information, keys to frequencies. So in other words, when people still grow and do work, it's almost like I house all their information, all the power of the earth applied, hidden gems of creation. Things are stored here. Then all of a sudden I'm taken to like the water. The water is receiving all the knowledge. So water holds information. It truly does. And it's getting all of that. But I feel like day 5 represents changes, right? Changes, but I feel like we have our own grid frequency. And that's what this one truly represents, is like a different grid frequency applied. I need my crystal in my hand. Yeah, I keep going to the crystalline grid, the crystalline grid. It's very much so quantum physics related. It's like the Earth's blueprint, coding applied, all memories brought into the trees of necessity, and knowledge base. So the trees hold knowledge, the water holds knowledge, the earth holds knowledge. And I feel like that key, like that space holds all of what we need, all the treasures. Earth is very smart. You know, we always go to Earth to learn lessons. We go to our planet to learn and to grow, and it's an opportunity. And that all is relevant here. It's beyond full capacity understanding of, like, I could dive deep into it to get it, but we don't have time for that. So what they're showing me is kind of like the Earth has a brain. So I keep tuning into our brain, and then I see the Earth has a brain. She's very smart. She's very knowledgeable. And this is like remember the brain upgrades that we did and things? This is kind of like that. The Earth's knowledge base is being created and applied, but it's also affecting our mind. I feel like my brain into my brain stem feels very strange. And then I see the coding going into the outer layers of the earth. So what was known as like the ozone and the layers of the earth energetic flow. Because remember, the earth is both round and flat. It is very round, but we have a flat plane of existence that we walk upon. My throat still feels very wonky, so I'm going to tune into that now. Genetic coding of the brain. So as I'm doing that in the new earth, what I see in the matrix is it's all dormant. There is no brain system. Consider the fallen using God's light and God's earth. Okay. It was God's blueprint, God's programming, and they were using that power. And unless they can do that on their own, they're free falling into nothingness. The whole entire world they're on, the fallen do not have that blueprint. They couldn't create a planet, otherwise, why would they steal ours? I don't know if this makes sense to you guys. It's quite complex. They have no realm of existence to rely upon, no blueprint to take from, no energy to steal from and manipulate and change. So essentially, even the fallen, the puppet master, has been deemed powerless as far as creating anything of existence in the matrix world. Truly is dying. And then I take my focus again to the new earth, and I need to go deeper. So the earth has inner core layers, water layer, magma, as I mentioned, and many other things, rock layers. All of these are changing and creating and interlaying. Intricate system, knowledge base, applied and activated. She almost has like her own neurological system, right? Like, you know how we have receptors and we feel things in our body? Well, that's what the water and the trees do for her. Oh, the chills, the water, the trees, many other things on the earth are kind of like her receptor system. She feels things when it's done to them. Um, she relies on them for informational pull. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So all this knowledge that's going into the water and the trees and the existence of the breeze and the earth layers and the magma and all of that stuff. This is how the earth knows how to purge herself. This is how things are done. And that's why I was seeing like volcano energy. Because what I do see is that we have our own pyramids, our own volcanic system. Um, the core, which can get heated and expanded and move, and it's very knowledgeable. And so that key, remember? Okay, so let me describe this. If you go back and watch my activating dormant chakra systems video, I was given a key. I had to slow down. My throat got wonky, and they gave me a key. And then I saw how I died, and I believe I got my light back. And it was at Lake Titicaca. Okay. And this is relevant to that because this key is like the Earth's power grid, knowledge base, knowledge system. So when I died there, the white flame went out. My white flame went out. I am that. I carry God's light, and God's light is fragmented into all of those that are on my earth. Is this making sense? And the earth also carries that light. So that's what that key represents. Let me slow down. Yeah. Eve and Adam, we carry that flame, and that flame matches into the earth. And so the earth houses this flame in certain parts of her, just as I do in my heart, and my DM does in his heart, which in turn all of you do in your heart, but in smaller portions. And it's very relevant to what is happening today. And it aligns with what I did with the dormant chakra system. So all of Earth's chakra system is being birthed and applied. Her energy grid is being birthed and applied in its quantum physics level. It requires a very, very high frequency to understand, which is why I keep having to slow down and go deeper. So her chakra system is being born and understood, her knowledge base, right? So I always tell you we have like the universe within us. Well, so does she. Hmm. Also, what I'm being shown is in that video when they gave me the key, I think it was that video where they mentioned um I died, Lake Titicaca, and that is the Earth's sacral chakra. Uh, but our new Earth is a little different. It's just going to be different. The map is different. And so the programming of the new map, I hope this makes sense. It's quite intricate and detailed and complex. And I feel very dizzy looking into the earth and helping this program. But it's like this grid. There's a grid of a chakra system grid, knowledge base, knowledge applied, so hidden knowledge frequencies. Christ light activated. And as I'm doing that, the old earth, chakra system, all of that is undone. They cannot house anything of God, anything of God. And I'm getting chills. So what once was in the old earth is undone. Okay. The old earth has no chakra system. It has no knowledge base. They cannot tap into her to take God's knowledge. Is this making sense? It's all been rearranged and changed and advanced and expanded, and I'm applying it to the new earth grid. Her new chakra system is born, her own like energetic column where all the energy flows through the chakras is being applied and born at this time. And it also is our outer layers of the earth existence so that all planets, right? Because remember, there's a planet axis grid on day 2. We did that. We aligned the planets, and I'm getting chills. It's starting to flow more clearly. And we aligned the planets through this axis system of God light. And so they have to read each other. And it goes through the earth, but it's also read within the solar, what you would call like our outer layers of the earth, our atmospheric connection. It's all relevant. It is kind of like a dome, but it's more complex than that. It's not 2D, right? It's all God. And so where they used to use this against us, they no longer have access. There's nothing alive on that planet. And I do mean nothing. Everything was God's. and they stole it. So they have no more knowledge base. They have no chakra system. They have nothing. And unless they can create their own planet, it's just a ball of nothingness, a little bit of mass that eventually will just fall apart. Does that make sense? And the new earth, all of this has been, first of all, cut off from there, changed and reborn, and expansive into the new earth. So on her side, let me slow down again. So remember the rainbow rays that we brought down our chakras? It's going to go through my feet and that of my DMs and into the core of the earth, these frequencies. And it's coming from the atmosphere. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm aligning the energy of the planets into the earth chakra system now. I got into explaining it, I guess, and wasn't doing the work all the way. So I need to take this energy from the planet grid and apply it into the earth chakra system, just like we have. Just like our internal environment is related to the universal flow, right? I've talked about this. Each chakra, the chills. Each chakra has a little bit of planetary energy in it. And so the earth is getting that now, which is so beautiful and complex if you think about it. But within the earth, in her own chakra system, she has little bits of energy of all the planets in our axis system align. And I'm bringing those through these rays into her at this time. And the blueprint grid is adjusting and moving all over the new earth. So this is why sound is now being applied, like frequencies, right? Like the heartbeat, the heartbeat of the earth is now pumping and active, and the energy system is now being applied and going to be flowing all together, just like a body. The earth is alive. She's very much so alive. And this is what they use. They stole God's blueprint, God's functioning, the knowledge of the earth, and they used it against mankind. And now they have nothing, nothing at all but a voided system. There's not even a blueprint of it that will remain. So they cannot use that blueprint to gain anything. All knowledge that they stole is being removed from their minds. Anyone attached and anchored into the matrix. All that knowledge is being undone. So they will lose capacity to think on their own, to connect to that knowledge base. It's very deep and intricate. This is not easily understood. I'm sure you can understand some of it, but with what I'm doing, I can't think. I have to be very deeply connected to the quantum field. And now I'm in the ethereal. So just like I do with our chakras when I upgrade them and ascend them, I'm bringing the stardust into the earth chakra system. Her heartbeat, which is the core, that is her main heart function. It beats and it pumps like blood, right? Like it pumps the energy through her chakra system. And you may not know that the stars, every bit of it, is all purposeful. They all have a purpose. Everything. has a meaning and a life and a light until it doesn't. Some stars are used for a certain time frame, but they all matter. So the elementals are getting this blueprint of the chakra system of New Earth applied. It's a different chakra system. They keep bringing me back to that video of the activating dormant chakra systems. I did that right before I took us into Pleiades Galaxy. The reason why we left them dormant is because they came in and they took God's power, God's knowledge, God's information. They knew what it was. Consider this was a fallen angel origination. So they knew it. And so we did cut some of that off. But now, because of mankind still residing there, we didn't cut it all off. But now we have. It's nothingness. They won't even see the blueprint. And I keep going back to that video with the New Earth as well. So that key, they gave me a key in that video, and I thought I understood what it meant, but it had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with bringing that blueprint to the New Earth. I got chills. So that hidden like entry into the earth, it's storing all, it's like the now, this is also why we needed those upgraded chakra systems. As I've been doing this to the earth, the energy must go in and align with you. You must be able to read it, because if the earth can't reside in you, New Earth can't reside in you. So all the work that has been done over the last 5 years to upgrading and expansion and new chakra alignment with your higher self at this time, and a galactic master and an angel. They're going to help intricately bring in this knowledge base and the connection to the earth chakra system into you at this time. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So just feel into that crystal bench as you need to. Stay out of your head, or it's going to be really weird. Stay into your core, your solar plexus and tummy area, and that of your heart, because they are bringing in like almost like a neurological connection into you, which I've already upgraded you into. But now the blueprint has been activated in the earth. Does this make sense? And disconnected from the matrix completely. So it's different. And your body needs to acclimate. It needs to be able to read that information from your Earth Star chakra all the way up through all of your chakra systems. There is more than what there once was. So just be still for a moment and present. The new Earth is now definitely alive. Her water is alive and knowledgeable. It carries all this information. The trees carry all this information, and they all are like her receptors. And she carries that information and knowledge base through her chakra system to help her stay balanced, to help her replenish when replenishment is required, to help her filter when filtering is required, to help her adjust her spin when spin is needed, to help her weather patternings. So yesterday we did the weather, didn't we? This is making sense. And so if she can't read her energy and have her receptors, she won't know what weather is needed. And I can see it like synapses of the brain. Remember, I mentioned the brain? This is making so much sense now. It was really hard to get here. The synapses are like communication signals. So the earth has a very large brain and it goes through her whole system. It's a different complex system, especially than what was the Matrix one, 3D, which they took us from 5D to 3D. So consider that. It was meant to be a 5D, but this one's even more, 7D. So like these synapses are starting to form and communicate. So she's able to start now feeling herself, right? Like through her receptors, she can feel the water and what the water needs and what the water's doing. She can feel the sky and the electricity. So electricity, right? The energy is applied. She can feel the trees and what they need. She can feel the atmosphere, and I'm getting so many chills. And I'm somehow programming it through quantum physics. But it's beyond my mental capacity of understanding, which is why it took me so long to get here today. But I'm going to tell you right now, the matrix is nothing. There is nothing of God left there. There is no blueprint. There is no, so where things be, it's like emptiness. They can't read it. There's nothing in their mental capacity can't connect to that. Nothing, it's all nothingness. So it's just nothingness. So they will disconnect more and more and more to what Earth once was, especially those that will never know life this way, right? The ones who stay with the fallen. I guess that's what you would call heaven and hell, if there was ever a full understanding of it. Anything of God is no longer there, from her inner workings to the air. So the earth produces the air. But how can she do that if she can't read the energy? She doesn't know what to do, just like our body. Our body sends signals, it communicates with each other and tells itself what it needs. And then the brain sends signals to the parts that need to produce and clear and flow and blah, blah, blah. And so that's what I did today to the earth. More rainbow light coming in now. And again, you must be able to receive all of the signals. So hopefully you can. I'm having a hard time focusing on you. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the earth right now. So your higher self and your co-creative ability is what you must rely on to understand what's happening to you fully at this time until I'm detached, because I'm creating the earth. Do you know how we have like nerve receptors? We have like all these cells that create life, right? They tell our skin to produce, they tell us all these. That's what she is doing now. That's what I had her do now. That's what I created in her today. And now I'm taking some sunlight and I'm bringing that activation into her chakra system and that of the light of the moon into her chakra system. And then, of course, all of the Pleiades stuff applied. So all of the moons, all of the sun from them as well, but it has to be our intricate first, what she houses first. This is quite complex. So what I see is just imagine somebody else that's foreign coming into our atmospheric flow and into our Earth's existence, right? Like she will read what we need in the oxygen applied. And if it's a foreign something she doesn't know the connection to, it's not going to align with what they need to survive. Does that make sense? I didn't see this coming. I would have never imagined this. So, day 5, chakra system born, energetic system born, the brain function of the earth born and created, and synapse flow, nervous system born, like the body of the earth, completely replaced, rebirthed, expanded, and functional. Now sound can reverberate and be heard, right? And she can feel it. So all of her receptors. This makes so much sense to me. So in the video of the return of Christ activating dormant chakra systems, I was activating dormant chakra systems. And as I was doing the work, I almost can't even remember what that was, but I was stopped. My throat was stopped and I was given a key. And in this one, my throat was stopped and I had to apply the key. And it was the earth chakra system and in the brain, the heart of the earth, the brain, the functioning, the receptors, the energy, the life, what makes life in a functioning body or earth. It's like creating a body at birth or in the womb. Um, all that programming comes from somewhere, right? From God. And I just did that to the earth. So I will give you some time to receive all of that. And there went my throat again. So let me slow down. I get excited and I kind of move myself out and think backward. Can't do that too much. All that work I did, all the healings weren't for nothing. They all mattered very intricately. None of it was a waste of time or anything. It all was necessary. I just felt myself like lift out of the world I was once in. I don't know. My brain is changing. So remember our brain activation? And then the knowledge base of the matrix is releasing. New Earth is different. So we need knowledge base of New Earth existence, not matrix existence. So this is why we had all the brain activations. So those that are intricately woven with the matrix, they're definitely becoming robotic. That's the best way to put that. And their soul can either guide them out. Now remember, not everybody is going to fall with the fallen. Some are going to go to the other side to eventually rise to this one. So there's 3 different places to go in the return of Christ. But that's not up to you to worry about. You've got to stop worrying about others and more about yourself, as hard as that is. Complete inner compass, because we're all connected through there. Remember how, okay, so this is what they're showing me now. You know how the Matrix had control of the brain, 666? It's because they had all that knowledge base. They were able to intricately take their energy and stick it into the Earth's knowledge base and programming system. And then they changed the coding and they used the power against you. This is what they did. And that's how they had access to your brain. like a puppet master. And now they don't have that anymore. I just took that away. So only for those who never belonged in the light, they just became their complete, like, dormant robots, right? They can't fool you anymore. They're just completely not that. It's like a robot. And then those that are of the light that chose to intricately anchor into the matrix will have a fleeting moment of their brain. Like they will see that control because it's no longer there. But they still may not be able to rise at this time. Does that make sense? That's how they got into the brain. Our brains are intricately woven through the energy system that we house that connects to the earth. And they took their little feelers and tentacles and anchored them in and used the entire world to keep you in a low vibrational state so they can do so. And their little energy feelers were in your brain. And they no longer are, no matter what, because we took our life and activations and creations of the earth out. It is a complete ball of darkness. There's no blueprint either. So consider where you dig a hole in the ground, you're going to be left with an empty hole. Even the hole is gone. After I took what was there out, the markings of what was there is gone. They cannot take the blueprint. They cannot take any of that. And they're cut off from the knowledge base at this time. So even the angels who once knew they're going to lose all of that knowing. I hope this makes sense. It's quite complex, but they wanted me to explain this. It's hard to understand. So your mind should no longer be connected to the matrix. Evolution applied. The Earth's knowledge base returned to the new Earth only and expanded, implementing. I see it, but I have just completely created her chakra system. This is what I was doing. This is so cool to look back on and go, oh my gosh, it makes full sense now. So I'm at the stage of the dormant chakra system. Her chakra system being applied and created and arranged, implemented. She's able to read the energy. She's able to create oxygen now through the trees. Oxygenation can occur. Photosynthesis in her true way can occur. So it's much more than before. It's different. 7D based. Everything is now 7D based. Oxygen will be more expansive, by the way. So it's like so much more. So that's why everything will grow bigger. The sun is brighter and true and powerful power of the sun. So everything will be more nourished, more nurtured. Everything will be bigger, more plenishable. Crops will be larger and easy to come by. This is truly heaven on earth. Down to the beautiful creation and birth, the pureness of form of her. There is nothing yucky in this energy. It's all been left behind. And she is pure, of purest. Day 1, 2, 3, 5 in creation. So how do you say day 5 was like creating the brain and the heart and the lungs and the kidneys of the earth and more? Her blood flow, her ability to feel her nerve endings in the world around her. This is so cool. And it goes back to the dormant chakra system. And they gave me that key. I thought that that was just my death being watched, but it wasn't. The key was for now. The key was for now. That was like 2 years ago or three. I don't even remember anymore. 2 years ago. Ah, so I'm you're I'm so dizzy because it takes my energy to do that, and I had to go into a space of creation, to the beginning of time, to nothingness, to where God creates a planet, and I apply the new blueprint of the earth chakra system. It like makes so much more sense. And I would have never thought about that. Like you would think it was just naturally there, but no, it's all it has so much intricate stuff that goes into creation of life. I don't think there's anything I'm missing, so my throat's not stopping me. But I feel very weird in my body and very wonky and detached, and like this requires very high frequencies. So your ability to take on the activations depends on where you're at on your journey. But whatever your higher self needs to do and the angels and guides, they're doing it in your energy at this time to help you hopefully align with her information system. That is a gift of being present on this planet. She's very intricately woven. And so we don't take from her to use her. We enjoy life together. We work together. We function together. We flow together. The earth and all of life on her. So the water, she feels it. The trees, she feels them. They send information to her. The dirt, it sends information to her. So you can imagine all that they did to her and how her. Yeah. So we do have our own volcanic system, and that's available for energy release if necessary. We have our own atmospheric system for weather and changes that she needs. So it's like us sweating. She will rain to cool herself down, right? So if our core gets too hot, she has to release that heat in other ways, and that's like the volcanic system. Where oxygen is low, she will tell the trees to create more, and so on and so forth. She has her own homeostatic system of life. And that's what I did today. I hope you guys understand that. It's very complex. And the key like just went like around my neck. Feels like a souvenir. I guess I don't know. I hold the key of life. You know how animals could feel when weather was coming, and it's all related. Anything left on the matrix can't feel anything like that anymore. It's just a ball of mass that eventually will fall apart because there's nothing holding it together. But that's their own responsibility to create their own, which I don't think they can. They cannot. I'm waiting for your bodies to be ready. I feel like I've done everything I need to do as far as implementing her chakra system, which I had no idea that was coming. None. I'm very emotional because I worked so hard and it's all making sense. It's just all coming together, and it's I see the creation of Earth and I'm applying it. And it's over it's overwhelming. This is why I had to pick up all my fragments and undo all of their darkness so that I could take what was rightfully ours, what was rightfully mine, and put it back together, whole again and pure. They're having some difficulties with you guys. Um, and that's up to your higher self. I need you guys to co-create. I cannot. I'm doing so much to the earth and it affects my body, and so I can't intricately provide details of you guys at this time because I wasn't paying attention all the way. That was up to your ability to receive all the work that I did and your ability to co-create and keep your vibration high. So if there's something that wasn't able to implement today, if you get there, it will implement when you're ready. You have to get there quickly. The best way to do that is to raise your vibration extently, like very high, and focus inward, releasing all that's not co-creating with spirit because you don't understand what's happening. There's no way you're going to be able to guide it or dictate it or understand it or think about it. You have to be in your heart and co-creating the whole way, listening to your body and asking spirit to be your guide. That matrix programming is no longer in the mind of anybody. My brain system is back to the earth and those that will rise. And it makes sense to all of the neurological upgrades and the brain activations and the years of healing and things that I did. It was a lot of work, and now I understand what the brevity of it and what the true purpose of it was. And I was nothing to say there. So I feel like our focus is now going back to the crystal bench because that's where I just abruptly went to, was the crystal benches and the fire pit in front of us. Your higher selves and your guides allowed you to activate through what you were open and ready to activate through. And what is not is left in your blueprint. It is up to you to rise into that. And you can only do it through the purest form of love. You cannot be any shadow, any low vibrational. It can't be through shackles that bind and old programming of the mind. It has to be done through new earth blueprint and balanced flow of love. So just focus on your bench because I don't feel normal. I feel extremely out there, detached from reality. I want you to start bringing yourself back to your body, to the earth in which you find yourself in. You're not here to understand this. You're here to co-create your way through and raise your vibration and do what you can do. I'm mind blown. I'm shocked. Like I didn't see this coming, but I never do. Bring yourself back the best that you can. Start tracking into your body. You should know how to do that. So just feel into your body, your breath, until you feel your presence in your eyes and you can open them. Whoa, that was actually like a time lapse I didn't see either. I'm trying to make sense of the world right now. Like everything's really weird. I have no idea what your guys' experiences were. For the first time, I'm completely detached from you guys when I'm doing this work. That's not normal. Usually I work through you guys, with you guys, like I do a lot of the work for you guys, but that's not happening so much. I don't know. I don't know your experiences at all.
I'm speechless.
Are you talking? Somehow I don't hear you. Oh no.